we're underway in the under-20s on this, the 23rd edition of Super Saturday for the season. 5 live games of rugby league coming your way on Australia's sports leader. Big and powerful front row for the West Tigers with Paseka and Giles, but they come to this left-hand side and Roman Iulu, and did it himself, made the fullbacks work easy, but some spectacular footy from the West Tigers in this opening 30 seconds. Little to Bartley, across to Raymond Stone. And Stone straightens. On his outside he had Giles, tackle number 4. Little Napasoni, a little further through Masters. This is good footy from the Tigers. Toa taken there, the final play as they travel across field, and Mapasoni, Grubbers ahead, and too much on it. Otherwise, 10 out of 10, the perfect set.
Wow, what a set of 6 from the Tigers. There's no easing into it, just getting through your first few sets and kick long and put some pressure defensively on. They're throwing the ball from east to west here, from side to side, the football that they're playing at the moment. Great confidence.
Big Sam Swift. Good work here, and a drop ball from the Titans. Was just in the process of saying the Titans have matched the enthusiasm and the power of the Tigers in the opening set, but a drop ball mid-count means the pressure is firmly on them.
Yeah, Isan Masters out there on the right edge for the Tigers, a really strong contact there and has forced the ball free, and that'll hurt the Titans. They do. I do like the style of football they do play. They make you work for everything, the Titans. And a tough road trip for them too. They're on a 6 a.m. flight from the Gold Coast down here to be here. So they've been up nice and early, a really big challenge for them.
You probably shouldn't be asleep before 6 a.m. on a Friday night on the Gold Coast, let alone getting up to jump on a plane. Oh, heavy contact there. Good stuff from the Titans on Paseka. Here's the other front rower, and Jacob Giles, unmistakable. Little looks to the right, goes to the left, finds Ray Stone, who juggles, then passes it on to Paseka. And he's dropped it. Just at the end there. I think you'll find he landed on his elbow, his right elbow, the ball-carrying arm, and the ball came free.
But once again, that confidence and that free-flowing football there might have been a hand that might have helped it on the way down too. But still, the ball carrier needs to take ownership of that. And an error has come up, and the Titans needed that, but they're trying to promote the footy.
What about the Fred Astaire on Jacob Giles?
Wait, Josh, just wait.
Ray Stone, silver medalist in the back row too.
Coming, Case.
Opportunity for the Titans just to steady things here. Momentum, the power, the energy of the West Tigers could be overwhelming in 20s football, so the Titans have at least got to match that in this opening 10 minutes. They come into the game as underdog. Bring it out to this right-hand side. A couple of passes wide of the ruck there for Fedafehi. Last tackle now for the Gold Coast. Roberts pumps it over the top himself. He was well positioned, Daniel Roberts, the fullback. Almost through the line too. Good tackle put on him by Josh Rogers. Rogers a very good defensive standoff on this right-hand side. Little straight through, has support on the inside, a couple of steps, he too loses his footing, so a soft surface it must be here at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. It's a cracking day, but already we've seen several players lose their footing. It's numbers here, back on the inside, the fullback Roberts started it, he almost finished it, he too slipped. Mapasoni from dummy half, passes wide, Obed Carwin is out there and over. He was Alan Tung's player to watch. We said how good he is in terms of try scoring. He didn't have a great deal of work to do there, but what work he did have to do was difficult.
And he just shows his strength. But this was a lead-up break there from Little, the hooker and the captain for the side. He loses his footing at the back end, but he shows his speed in and around the ruck, a half opportunity. He puts 40-metre break there. And then Carwin on the outside had a couple players to beat, but he's so big and strong. He knows his way to the try line and gets the opening points for what has been a scintillating start for the West Tigers.
Good pass and good awareness from Matt Arthur there. Big tower on the right-hand side is a handful in himself. He did the hard work and gave Big Obed his 13th for the year. Roman Iulu is the kicker. And he has a long boot on him, and he will need every bit of it because he's brought the ball back the best part of 26, maybe 27 metres on the far side of the field. After what we've seen in the opening 5 minutes, you'd suggest if any Tigers first graders or Titans first graders are watching us this morning, make sure you bring the long moulded studs. A little slippery, a little soft out here. Let's ride this in with Roman. Bringing it back, but not enough. Not the strike he wanted, 4 points to 0. After 6 minutes, the West Tigers over the Gold Coast Titans.
And also to help the Tigers cause, they are assisted with a bit of a breeze coming from that south as well. And I think taking that kick back, you could see he's just aided by that. So that'll help the Tigers in this first half. But you're right with a bit of that footing. We've seen a number of players just losing it. It is great condition. It is dry, but just the surface itself a little bit slippery.
A restart from the Titans. Only a short kick to Giles, who launches himself at his opposing middleman, crosses the 20-metre line in the process. He's backed up by Paseka. Front rowers working in combination well, and a loose ball there was judged to have had just a little bit of assistance from the defending side. I think it was Ethan Roberts who got pinged there. Yeah, just crowding. And a huge kick for touch. In fact, huge probably doesn't do it justice. Massive. We are down, bordering on the 20-metre line, and through it smashes Paseka. He gets up to within 5, and the power of the Tigers undeniable in the opening minutes here. Little to Bartley. Lack of communication there. They weren't sure which way to go or what they were trying to achieve. As a result, the halfback caught with the ball and dies as Stone tries to hit and spin into the line. Little. Second man ball. Front rowers again, Giles and Paseka, but they haven't really fired any shots so far in this set. Out the back and good hands until it got to Tony Tarley. And Tony Tarley dropping the pill. Good pressure put on him by the defenders who were up fast on the right-hand side. Yeah,
Christian Mika, he raced up trying to put some pressure on there. The football, they looked a little bit, I suppose, quiet in around the middle there, playing the safer options, trying to get the hands into Paseka. He's already had 6 hit-ups there. He's dangerous every time he's got the football in hand, and then they fired the shot out wide. But some good defence there by the Titans to hold them out.
We had 75% of the football in the opening 9 minutes. The West Tigers only completing at 60% though. Giles and Stone, the tackle there as the Titans do the tough stuff here. That's their man, Max King, helps them out. Swift on the left-hand side. Good leg speed through the line from Sam Swift. And he gets the penalty there and thoroughly deserves it. Urgency with what he was doing. Power as well. 4 points to nil, and for the first time, some real pressure on the West Tigers as Swift starts the set. Playing into the centre of the field and looking for Toraro. Kobe has tackled 6 metres out. Roberts a dummy half. Offload here. Titans a little scattered in their attack and their approach as Josh Ralph, the halfback, is taken down. Stone just too low on the ball player.
They had it set up to the right as well. AJ Brimson out the back of Josh Rogers. They just couldn't get the football to him. They get an opportunity on this occasion now. Brimson's gone to the left-hand side.
Roberts with a simple run around. What it does is create numbers for Brimson and his outside man. Good defence from Mapasoni from the inside and from the outside, Mata'afa. Holding on at this point in time, the Tigers. Again, it's that combination defensively. Ralph taken again inside the go zone. Tackle number 4 to King, out to Bartley again, numbers. Fatafahi heads back towards the sticks, and it is the final play here for the Titans. Roberts with the grubber and beautifully positioned and picked up by the fullback Daniel Roberts. That was superb stuff.
Yeah, it was right off his toes too, wasn't it? There was a great little pick up there, but some good defence on their own try line, the Tigers. Their line speed, and especially on the edges, has really forced the Titans to turn the ball back on the inside. Some really desperate defence, and we heard from Coach Willie Peters about that real emphasis from his side, the defensive battle that they're trying to get out of his team.
Look in the replay box, gee, that's soft hands and really good hand-eye coordination from Roberts at the back. Up front it is once again Giles, his 4th hit up for the afternoon. He, Paseka and Stone doing the bulk of the work as Mapasoni bangs it downfield. Straight into the hands of Fred Keel. He comes back with plenty of energy to Jacob Little and rock the little hooker. To the right-hand side. Haven't got him down yet. Big Christian Mika. Run from the right winger. Here's Toraro. Tackled right on halfway, middle of the count here. Nice offload from the Titans and some space and some points. Good stuff from the visitors. Josh Ralph as the try scorer. And the visitors should, after this conversion, lead 6 points to 4.
Yeah, quite amazingly, the Tigers have had all the football and looked the better side, but they just keep hanging in there, the Titans. And it was AJ Brimson heavily involved again. And what about the speed of Josh Ralph to finish it off there? That gets the second phase play there. The footwork by Brimson. He puts a foot down, races away. Good support play back on the inside by Josh Ralph. And he runs away under the sticks. And they should get an opportunity to lead, but great composure to hang in there for the young Titans.
Yeah.
The Tigers have had a huge amount of ball. They've got a couple of little leg ups with a couple of penalties there and had some opportunities down in some good field position, and now they convert that into points.
There's the try scorer, Josh Ralph, but it was the big number 8 getting a well-earned drink right next to him there, Max King, that set that up with a beautiful offload. Turned after impact into the line, got the right wing free and delivered perfectly to Brimson at the back. From right in front, Josh Rogers. Too easy, 6 points to 4, 14 minutes in on a massive Super Saturday right here on Fox Sports.
And just looking at some of the outs for the Gold Coast Titans, they've got a lot of young guys that have come into, Jed Cartwright, Morgan Boyle, Shane Wright, Greg Lalesio as well being out. Kelly has been out, Brian Kelly. There is some word that Brian Kelly and Morgan Boyle might get an opportunity to come back this year, but all the others out for the season. So they've had to juggle some of their big names not being available right throughout the year.
Yeah, there's certainly some strike power there as goal kicker Rogers spins it back. From the restart, and it's Max King, who has been one of the real consistent performers for Ben Wolfe in this Gold Coast Titans under-20 side for the season. Oh, sloppy stuff and knocked on from the Titans. Two players within arm's reach of the football. One was a cutout, one was a decoy, but neither knew who was who.
Yeah, mate. I'll check in with you.
Yeah, and the pass from Roberts too. It wasn't direct on who it was going to go to either, so the players didn't know whose it was. So
what's on his back? Looks like he's been playing paintball on the way.
With the red 40-metre line.
Yeah. Lined up on this left-hand side. Through the hands of Bartley, it goes to Tarley. He's a big centre, this young kid, on the left-hand side. Little back to Thomas Bartley. They find Paseka, speaking of big. Tackled without the ball. The penalty goes in favour of the West Tigers.
He has to have the ball before you're allowed to tackle.
They're lucky there. That was all a little clunky from the home side. You get a penalty 18 metres out in front of the post. In Holden Cup footy, you don't take the 2, you go for the 6. And that's exactly what the Tigers have done. Paseka back to Liddell. The straight running back rower is the scoring back rower in Mark McCormack.
Great lead-up work by the big names once again in this West Tigers side. It was Paseka back to Little, and it was a pass selection. He looked and faked to play out the back, and then hits the short man in McCormack, but it was all the lead-up work from that penalty there. Tackled without the football. You can see Paseka. It's the run-around play, and great selection with the pass. Liddell onto McCormack, and points on the back of that.
Yeah, the hooker did very well there. So too the number 12, the try scorer in McCormack. There's some genuine size that could well trouble the Titans on this left-hand side of the field, with Tarley, the centre, and McCormack, the back rower, as well as the goal kicker, who's taking his place downfield, Roman Iolu. Missed his first one with a poor strike to the right. $18 minutes in, a 2-point advantage for the Tigers. Iolu looking to make it 4, and does just that. 2 tries to 1, 10 points to 6.
It's unfortunate for the Titans. They got themselves back into the game there with that great try to Josh Ralph, and then the pass out of dummy half from Ethan Roberts. It went behind his teammates, and they forced that error, and then all of a sudden against a side like the West Tigers with so much strike and so much composure in key positions there, has really made them pay.
Also with the assistance of quite a breeze. In fact, a wind behind them. It's more than a breeze. As Giles is monstered defensively by the Titans front row. Great defence from King and Watts. Contact was heavy. Bartley taken down. Here's the try scorer, McCormack. Had a look on his left and saw Tarley and also Iolu there. Little along with Bartley. So very good. And this man, Mapasoni, directing the other players around. That spine is working for the Tigers. There's some power from Isan Masters. First game back from injury. Mapasoni over the top. Short ball to Giles. Oh, that is a cracking West Tigers try. A little bit of everyone, a little bit of everything.
the skill, the ball movement to the outside, the support play back on the inside to finish it off. The Tigers are on fire. They took on the short side. It was a 3-on-2. The pass comes back on the inside to Little, and then backing back up on the inside. The big front rower, the Tukley Hawks Jr. and Jacob Giles. He probably doesn't get too many 4-pointers, but back on the inside. It was a great support play and great work from the Tigers.
Numbers around the football and the remainder pushing up, hoping for the offload, looking for a line break. And pretty simply, that's the reward you get.
Right from the opening whistle, though, when we saw that kickoff, they tried to shift the ball. As soon as they caught it, they came with this attention. They want to play some football. They want to showcase their skills, and they've done that. They've really tested the Titans on the edges, but they haven't forgot about going forward first. They've got great work out of Paseka. 8 hit-ups already. Giles, who's the try scorer, he's had 6 as well. They've had the majority of the football, over 60%, but they've made the most of it too.
Just getting some quality mail from the Fox Sports Lab, and that is their 12th try from a kickoff this year from a restart situation. So back-to-back tries, great numbers, great kick. Aiulu.
And that's an interesting stat, because the majority of the time a coach will say after points, let's just get through our set, let's kick long, put the pressure back on the opposition, let's use the momentum that we've got. But they've just come here with that attacking mentality. They back their ability. They're throwing the football around. They know they've got speed and strike on the edges, and they've got the players that can deliver in the middle to get that quality ball to their outside.
Stay on.
It makes this set even more important for the Titans, who now trail by 10. Try scorer to start the set. Giles launches himself back into the same 2 men in Max King and Nathan Watts, playing it out to the left-hand side. To Paseka. Centre field, 30 metres out. Bartley back on the inside to McCormack. Little again, the dummy half position. The Titans very lucky there not to have been called for offside. They're testing the patience of Casey Badger, who's back the 10 as our referee at the moment. Seeker off the right boot and carrying free with him for the best part of 8 or 9 metres. Last tackle now, and they've given a penalty away. Have the Gold Coast Titans. That's ill-discipline and a bit of frustration in the middle of the field. They haven't had the football for some time now, and they could very well be punished here for that.
Yeah, Jordan Scotty's only just come back on, come onto the field, and give that on play 5 too. That really hurt your side, but Paseka, once again, he's been outstanding.
Giles remains on his feet. Little. Bartley. Held on the tackle and slowed up well. The hooker darting himself.
Guys, you can't stand
and
side
did
by side,
very
Mark.
well there, Jacob. Identified the markers weren't square, and you'd be able to get a penalty and restart the set. Here is Giles. He gets to within 1.5 meters. Already has 1 try. Little out to Mapasoni. Left with nowhere to go when he was looking right, so he was forced to come back left. The Titans on this near side of the field are 3 or 4 metres in front of the line the last couple of tackles. Testing the patience of the officials again. Paseka! He's there, the big boy! Another try, their 4th for the West Tigers. We mentioned how crucial this period was for the Titans. A lack of football has cost them. This is the penalty. Great eyes up football. Not great eyes up football, smart eyes up football.
Yeah, he's got some real footy smarts about him, doesn't he, Little? In and around the middle, he caught Tararo out of position there, and Paseka. He has been massive. That was his 11th hit up, and he gets a 4-pointer. But he's not just straight up and down in his game, the big front rower. He's got some footwork. He's got a passing game as well, and some second phase about him. He looks very, very good. We called a game with him earlier on in the year, and he looked like a little behind the pace. He just seems to have you know, really found his feet here at the moment. He looks really fit, and he is absolutely firing.
Good try from big Taniela. Roman Iulu. 2 from 3 after missing his first. Should be able to throw this over. Well, I do have to say he's starting this way out to the right. Kicked so close to the posts after 25 minutes. Started out to the right. It barely scraped in through the left. And 22 points to 6. How quickly a game and a scoreboard can change.
And they just continue to dominate at possession. 66% of the football they have had. And it's been in good field position too, the Gold Coast. It's amazing how quickly it can turn. You're right. All of a sudden give a penalty away the other end of the field. They haven't touched it since in these last few sets. Quite amazing.
Big Taniela scored a try last week in that 36-12 victory over North Queensland at Leichhardt Oval. Missed tackles has been a real key, and the stat will show you exactly why the scoreline reads as it does. 4 only missed tackles for the Tigers, 18 already for the Gold Coast Titans. Playing out to the right-hand side. Giles rocked in another strong tackle aimed directly at the sternum. Little out to Stone. He too lost his feet in the middle of the park. Very slow to his feet, courtesy of Jordan Scott, who's just onto the field. Up it goes. This is difficult with the breeze. Nicely taken by AJ Brimson. And finally, the Titans have the footy. It has been some time.
Yeah, well, it's a must-complete set, isn't it? And they get something in the backfield in there. And Miko this time trying to get a little bit of work. There'll be some tired big bodies in and around the middle. And they get a penalty here, which will really help them. A couple of men in the tackle there in a strip. But just going back to the hooker and captain, Jacob Little, speaking about his influence, well, Mania Cherrington signed with the Sharks this week as well on a 1-year deal. So looking at the hooking role for moving forward. Matty Ballon coming back from a knee reconstruction, but they've obviously got a lot of emphasis and they've put a lot of time and energy in and see him as the future in the number 9.
Yeah, Dean Hallertau retiring. Robbie Farah somehow on the outer. Oh, there's a shot. A beauty from Tony Tarley. Philip Sammy. Good run. Able to beat the first and second defenders. Nathan Watts. Oh, buckled over there was opposing prop Giles. Titans come to the near side, and there's a try, and a good one at that. Philip Sammy. Titans running in their second for the afternoon, or the morning. What defence from the Tigers, though.
There was a big shot on the outside, and he just gets his hand around there just at the last minute there, Tarley there. But great set piece of play here, bringing it to the right, and the short ball, it was flat at the line there. But Semi hit a good hole there on the outside, and the Titans, they just hit back. They just keep hanging in there. They finally get a bit of ball in some good field position. Great piece of play there. Great line running on the outside. Phil Semi.
Big Phil ran a super courageous line there. It looks so easy, and yes, logically, you look at the two defenders and you try and run through the middle of them. But when you are running back into the line, at times it can be terrifying. Someone coming up on the inside. An injury too for the Tigers, Jacob Giles, who has been so good, 10 hit-ups, 7 tackles and a line break. We saw him buckled over. Here he is. Big number 8 on the ground.
Oh, just getting that left
Not as flexible as an Olympic gymnast, unfortunately, the big fella. Knee, ankle perhaps. I think it would be highly unlikely we see the big unit back. has hit the uprights there with that goal kick and waved away the kick from Josh Rogers. 22 points to 10. The Tigers potentially down to 16 with Giles slumped over on the sideline, explaining the incident to the trainers as we prepare for a restart. Robbie Farah playing Intrust Super Premiership live and next prior to our NRL game. Lost ball here from the Titans. They didn't deserve that, especially Big Max King.
Yeah, he's been in such great form. He's really carried their forward pack. He's got the offloading ability, takes a lot of the tough stuff. Some good defence once again, though, coming in. Mark McCormack, a good shot there, and he was just trying to spin out of it, and the ball's come free, and now under a huge amount of pressure. I was thinking with under 10 minutes to go, the Tigers, you know, with all the ball, Titans aren't that far out of it. They're 12 points behind if they can get some points before half-time, but now a big set of 6 here.
My man's hiding. Robbie Farah. Enjoying there, not enjoying on the field. Oh, I thought it was a Tigers knock on, but it's been touched by the Titans. A little bit lucky there. The home side.
All right, form together.
It's actually come off Casey Badger,
Just wait,
so
come around this
it
side,
goes
mate.
back to the attacking
Head
team.
in, get your head in, lock. 2 hands, feed, in, out, and yours.
Wrong place on the field to have a chat about the rest, but we'll get back to Casey shortly, who I think has got to be close to an NRL call-up at some stage soon. Tigers out the back. Nowhere to go for Bartley. Already they have 4 tries. Looking for 5 and trying to steamroll his way to the line.
Held up.
Danny Sawney onto the field for Jacob Giles. Held up over the line, so back 10 we come. There's an opportunity right here, as per the numbers, for the Tigers if they're good enough. Napasoni had Roberts on his outside. Couldn't make the ball available. Little looking both sides. Decides to play short. Off the hips of the Titans. And again, his enthusiasm is rewarded. I speak of Sam Swift, but his hands have let him down here.
Yeah, just right at the death. He did all the hard work. He got in front of the football. He raced away and got a hold of it. He actually had a bit of a look for his support as well and just goes down and the ball, it just comes free. Some solid defence there. Isan Masters as well. It was his kick that was trying to get through.
Jacob, head in at the back. Locks, heads
Good
in.
effort to turn and chase, and
6, 2
now
hands.
he's
Wait,
forced
6
an error.
hold.
Yeah.
And another set of 6.
Poor Sam Swift.
Yours, Casey.
Lucky he can sing. Going out to the left-hand side through Bartley to Roberts. The sun is certainly drying up the surface, but it remains very slippery and easy to lose your footing. Look at this big man, still motoring. Held up once. Lenny Sawney, desperate to get over. Out the back to Mapasoni, numbers here. Roberts steps back on the inside, attracts the attention of 3, and he is denied. Good defence from the Titans. Swift slowing everything right down here, giving his defending teammates a little more extra time to regroup and reset. Last tackle here, Sokobalaba taken, Bartley to McCormack, ball's gone free.
Hand over, yep.
Not the type of set Willie Peters or the West Tigers would have liked.
Well, up until that last play, they'd thrown plenty at him, but we've got some trouble here with Daniel Roberts. On that sweep line to the right-hand side, he got trapped there, and I think it was his ankle when he was getting up. Some real problems there for the fullback. This will be a real shuffle around for the Tigers.
Yeah.
If he has to leave the field as well. Some real trouble Looks like with that right ankle there, he got up screaming straight away. He knew something was wrong, but they'd thrown plenty at the Titans up until that last play. The pass wasn't quite on the money at the back end, but great defence by the Titans. They're hanging in there. But this is some real concern. Daniel Roberts down. It looks to be a pretty nasty ankle injury.
We saw big Nathan Watts after 15 tackles, 4 hit-ups taken from the field for a rest by Ben Wolfe and the Titans. This is where Roberts sustained the injury. Difficult to see anything there. Oh, and he just realised as he got to his feet. Now he's jogging it out, trying to keep it warm, keep it moving. The sooner you stop it, the harder it is. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the opening half. "12-point game, the West Tigers dominating. I don't think the Gold Coast Titans out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they're not far at all, and if they can just get a little bit more ball at this back end of the half, get some points even, or if not, just hang in there. They'll have that breeze in that second half that will help them. They just need to hold on a little bit of ball, a little bit more discipline in their playing.
Nice left foot kick through down to Roberts. This will test the ankle out. Monstered by 2, and they have had a huge amount of the football in this opening 35 minutes. The Tigers 63% to the Gold Coast 37%. With numbers like that, the scoreline should be more than what it is in favour of the Tigers.
Yeah, especially the style of football that the Tigers do play as well. Unfortunately, won't be that far away, but here goes Little once again out of dummy half, always asking questions.
Last play here, right on halfway. Do you attack? They pump it up, a spiralling. This could bounce anywhere. Straight up. Oh, and almost confusion at the back for the Titans. Christian Mika and AJ Brimson. It was almost a case of, it's yours.
Yeah, Veru Mapasoni launched that football, and with that breeze as well, it was an awful bounce. They came up with it at the back end, but there was some fleeting moments there. But he's been good too, Veru Mapasoni. He looks fast out on that edge there. Got some real strike on either side of the field and through the middle with their captain and hooker in Liddell.
There's the theory with those spiral bombs that if there are 2 players available to catch the ball and one of them is running backwards, it should be his ball, because if you do happen to drop it, because they're hard to catch, it's not going to be a knock-on.
There's your mark.
Penalty here. They're 4 all. Just a couple of minutes before half-time. What a crucial set for the Titans. They've been outplayed and outgunned, outclassed to a degree, but they're only behind by 2 converted tries, looking to close that to just 1.
Let's see if they can get AJ Brimson involved in this play.
Through Ralph, back on the inside. Tigers defensively, numbers around the football. That was good. Scott starts this. Ralph will finish it.
On the outside here.
A massive try. Perhaps a pivotal one, 2.5 minutes before half-time. The Tigers have had all the ball, all the field position, and they are going to lead only by 6.
Yeah, we were just looking if they got caught up on the inside, but Josh Ralph, he had that try scored, no problems whatsoever. Ray Stone, I don't think he was impeded enough there to say he was going to stop the try, but the big dummy to the right-hand side, the right foot step back on the inside there. Great play, great work by the Titans to hang in there and get this close with the amount of defensive work that they've had to do on their own try line. It's quite amazing.
The Tigers' left-hand side defence has been their strength this year. I'm going to toss a stat up direct from the Fox Sports Lab. They have conceded just 4 tries down their left-hand side all season long. They've conceded 2 of them here already today. So whether there's communication and execution issue from the Tigers, or that's just an enormous rap on the Titans and what they've been doing. $22 points to 14, about to be 22 points to 16, and just over 60 seconds until half-time. We will restart play here, but the Tigers showing no real urgency to get back to halfway. And with just one set, not even a full set available, do you change something up from the kickoff? Do you have a crack? Do you try and attack and put the pressure back on the Titans? Or do you just go to the break, content at +6?
Yeah, I think with not a great deal of urgency to kick this football off, they're content to just go with that lead that they do have. But you've got to understand that the Titans are going to have that breeze at their back in that second half too. I think that'll be a real advantage for them.
Yes. Great contact there from the Tigers. Ball forward now. There's a rush to the scrum. 10 seconds and counting. Scrum has formed, time off.
Oh, you can stand up but keep your positions. They don't need to. No, they don't. It's different. It's different with the shot clock, guys.
Casey Badger laying down the law to the forwards here.
Time back on. Tigers change positions.
Here we go.
Go on, heads
Time's
in,
back
guys.
on. They mightn't get it now.
You know, she walks around the house picking up Gavin Badger on issues with the whistle. There is the siren. Half time. 4 tries to 3. The West Tigers in control on the scoreboard, but are they really in charge of the game? They lead 22 points to 16.
But these opening 10 minutes are really important for both sides.
Kicking over into that southeast corner, trying to make the sun an issue for the catcher. The Titans, the first use of the footy in this second half, and doing exactly what the Tigers did at the start of the game.
Second effort.
Playing left, spreading the ball, and they get a penalty as a result.
Yeah, both coaches and both sides have come with that real mentality to play with the football, you know, shift the ball to the edges, really test them.
Just too long on the down player. Reason for the penalty, and the Titans 5-4 penalty count. Big Kurt Bernard coming off the bench and beating 1, 2, and then attracting another 2. Good run from the big man back to Jordan Scott, and Max King out a little wider to Josh Rogers. AJ Brimson is there. Philip Sammy. He's downed by 3, or they attempted to get him down anyway. Couldn't quite get the big man onto his stomach or his back, but Ray Stone does just that to Apiata Noema. There's a try for the Titans. The opening 90 seconds of this second half, and we are going to be locked up. That's 3 tries in a row for the visitors.
Yeah, quite amazing. To that right-hand side there, the Titans, how fast have they started in this second half here? The ball movement to that left-hand side, they drew a penalty here. And great line running back on the inside there.
Yeah, Phil Sammy with his second. He's run the strong line twice, hasn't he? And been rewarded for it.
Yeah, he fumbled and dived over at the back end and has a smile to finish it off, but it was a brave line. He's done that on a couple of occasions, and we've spoken about it because if the defensive team reads it really well,
yep,
you open yourself up for some really good contact and you can get whacked by it. That's why it's a really strong line. And Philip Sammy, he's done it a couple of occasions. He did a great run last week against the Warriors too. The length of the field came up.
Yes.
And it was a big play in the context of the game. A really smart decision. And today, a couple of strong edge running lines and a couple of tries to his name as well.
I was very impressed by the Gold Coast Titans against the Warriors in under-20s up at Seabus Super Stadium last Sunday. There was a big crowd there to support first grade and Jared Haynes' first game. Under-20s boys loved the atmosphere, loved the challenge, and they showed a real grit and a real toughness slogging out a 2-point win. And we are now locked at 22 with 37 minutes left to play. And if that doesn't shake the Tigers up, after 2 late tries in the first half, 1 early in the second, I don't know what will.
It'll be interesting to see what they do off this kickoff too. They might tuck it under the wing this time because the Tigers might be ready for that shift play straight away.
See how short the kickoff is and how low it is as a result of the wind that's sweeping in from the south here. And they play across field. 3-on-1 here. The Titans looking to go coast to coast, and they will. What a try from the Gold Coast. Johnny Olive, on return from a broken collarbone, has set it alight here at Campbelltown.
And look at the Titans players racing in to congratulate him as well. He's had a long stint on the sidelines. We haven't seen too much of AJ Brimson involved in the game, but look at the speed he shows when he gets the football. Sees a half opportunity, Obed Carr, and he's waiting for his inside men to come and help defensively. He puts the foot down, and John Olive, great support play on the outside and races away. And the Titans, what a start to this second half.
The Tigers are just being ripped apart on both sides of the field here. With a smile on the face, Johnny Olive. Well done. And his teammates absolutely delighted for him. Well, the fans here at Campbelltown not overly delighted with the Titans. They must teach sledging at preschool. Josh Rogers at 75% this afternoon, 76 for the season. Starts it right, coming back off the uprights and waved away. It's the second time he has hit the uprights and it has gone straight back into the field of play. Could be very costly.
Maybe the little sledge on the sideline just might have helped there in the background that we could hear. But the two Joshes in the halves for the Gold Coast Titans have really impressed me as well. Rogers and Ralph, their kicking game's been pretty good, but their deception and work on the edges as well to link with the likes of Sammy and Brimson as well to get them involved in the game, that's been real quality too.
Tigers vary up their kick. They kick it to the Titans left, so the Titans spread it to the right. Like a boxer punching away and the counter punch comes. Nice counter here from the Titans. Wrestled to the ground, just short of the 40-metre line. Kurt Bernard, not big on minutes, but big on impact. And in frame. 13 is Noema. Apiata. They get to the end of their set and well taken by the Tigers. 6 and a bit minutes into this second half. Is that their first touch of the football?
Yeah,
it is.
Titans too wouldn't mind going to the air. We saw Varun Napasoni when he launched that ball, that torpedo bomb with that breeze behind their back too. It's not a bad ploy. I mean, the Titans might put that into their game plan in the second half.
Back onto the field for Seka. For the Tigers.
Double. First one, Titans hand.
Double knock on. First one Titans, second one Tigers. So Tigers will get the scrum feed. There may be a delay with an injury here.
Yeah, Big Max King, I think it is the man that's gone down, and with his arm now stretched like that, you're hoping it's not.
Big Max was injured in the previous play, I think you'll find. And that is really good officiating from our two on-field refs to spot that Titans hand because it was only just.
Just testing some strength in that lower leg there. You can see push the foot down into that trainer's palm there, just seeing some real troubles, but we've had a couple of injuries on both sides, haven't we, Roberts?
Yep.
And Giles as well. Giles has succumbed to an injury.
Back out on the field, though, big Jacob Giles. He's had the magic sponge at half-time.
Just looking at King's foot there, it gets trapped underneath him the way he falls. Doesn't look too much in it, but sometimes they are the worst injuries that we often see the players get.
2 hands half, stand square. Stay in, Titans, ball in, stay in! Out!
Oh, centre field and a nervous pass. Back in the day, it was called a hospital pass. His son Masters did very well there. They need to assert their authority centre field. Sam Swift has come reeling out of a tackle, holding his right elbow, and he's in a deal of pain for the Titans on this near side of the field. It's the Tigers that get the penalty. And to be honest, they need it because they were not making any metres at all.
Yeah, it's been some ill discipline has really let them back in. They did this in the first half, the Titans, on a couple of occasions. They made them pay with points. What can they do this time, the Tigers?
Trying to go straight through him is Toa Mataafa. Obed Carwin goes to Mapasoni, and Giles already one try and has met in very solid contact. Good stuff from the Titans, who are claiming he dropped that ball. Out to Bartley and then on to Stone. Looked to offload. He had numbers on his outside. Took the ball into the line. 6 and 7 combining here. Mapasoni by sliding to a halt on the 10-metre line. Yet to fire any real shots here, the Tigers. Nice ball.
Too close.
Try
And penalty.
And then
Obstruction, very simply.
yeah, the referee, I think he got that right. There was people all around the football, and you can just see just gains an advantage by going around the back of his teammate there. His son Masters just reels out of it. Referee right on the spot and doesn't miss that.
Big let off for the Titans. The frustration growing with half an hour remaining for the West Tigers.
In there.
Finally, we get the ball back. And we restart. Crucial set for the home side here. The defence has got to improve from what we've seen in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. But Bernard is bending the line. Nicely taken to the ground by Stone as Nathan Watts. A dummy half, Jordan Scott, and offloads some strong defence there. Oima up to his feet quickly, however. They're looking to muscle up the Tigers. So far, so good. Last tackle for the Titans. Up they go, a midfield bomb. Carwin is there, knocked backwards. Daniel Roberts comes away with the football. Better luck than management for the Tigers.
Yeah, but it's all right, ploy. Trying to get the football in the air there. Really test that backfield with a bit of this breeze and swirling the way it is when it gets the football high up in the air. But they've given away another penalty, and this is what's killed the Titans. It's not so much the number of penalties they've given away, but it's where they've given away. Often it's been when the Tigers coming out of their own end, they're starting to force a bit of pressure, and then they've given them this relieving penalties.
It's something a lot of us on this side of the fence don't really pay a whole lot of attention to, where penalties are given, but every coach is hell-bent on that statistic and allowing easy meters and piggybacking from the wrong end of the field. Oh, Viru Mapasoni has slipped over that many times today. He's like Bambi on ice. Just cannot hold his feet. As a result, no real threat into the defensive line at all. Little to Bartley. Straightens the attack. Brimson! Brimson still going over the line and scores! That is a beauty. Brimson. Roberts, wrong team, wrong fullback. Daniel Roberts, well done.
Electrifying work, wasn't it?
Oh,
considering that he was down only moments in the back end of that first half there with that ankle injury, we were worried if he was even going to stay on the field. Don't worry about the ankle, the footwork to come back on the inside. He had plenty of work to do. You could see he beat 4 Titans defenders there to get over the line. They'd be disappointed with that, the Titans and Coach Ben Wolf. But great strength and determination. But that ill discipline once again from the Titans down the other end of the field. That relieving penalty, as we spoke about, they kick for touch, get into a half opportunity here, and Daniel Roberts, he does the rest.
You can see the leg taped sort of halfway up the shin. Just a little bit of stability there, and he would have been feeling every bit of that as he wrestled his way towards the line. 5 tries apiece. Some running repairs for Ray Stone there in the foreground.
Max King on the sideline too for the Titans, trying to warm back up his ankle and get an opportunity to get back in. So both sides doing the best they can to get all their players back on deck.
This to lead again for the West Tigers. Yeah, beautifully struck. Well done to Roman Iolu. 5 tries apiece, 4 goals to 3 as the goals that separate these two sides with 26 minutes remaining. Big win behind the Gold Coast Titans, who are the underdogs in this one. 6th versus 11th on the ladder coming into the round. Giles to restart play, launches himself into the Gold Coast line.
And if you think about the Titans' run home here, if they do need to win every one of their games and probably have to get a few results to go their way, they've got Newcastle away, Penrith at home, and then the Cowboys to finish the season away as well. So they've got a tough little draw. They've got to make the most of every opportunity.
Absolutely. Left-hand side to McCormack. Lobs it back into Thomas Bartley, the halfback, always aware. And you can hear the screams of pain of McCormack, who's still on the ground for the West Tigers. Out through Mapasoni to Masters. Pirouettes in the tackle. Ball out to Carwin, and a missed opportunity here for Obed. We're going to stop play. Oh, he's in all sorts, the poor bugger, Mark McCormack.
He was screaming. You could hear the screams when he went down onto the ground here. Let's just see how he falls there, whether his leg gets trapped underneath him or... Once again, we can't see too much in that first instance, but he's still down in a world of hurt.
Holding the right hip. Oh, trainer's calling for the stretcher. Oh, and he turns around and marks on his knees.
But he looks like he's trying to get to his feet, but he just can't. Whether he has hurt that hip there.
Yeah, that's take time, mate.
It's not a dislocated hip or anything like that. He's grabbing it at the lower back or...
Doctor's out there with him. He thoroughly checked over as they waved the stretcher away. McCormack from the field for the Tigers. Big lump of a thing has been very good this afternoon. A good try on the left-hand side in the opening half. Trent Pye is coming on the field in jersey number 16, seeing his first football for the afternoon.
And you're right, Andy, he's been fantastic on that left-hand side, strong defensively as well. And that second phase play, which has been so important for the Tigers, he's provided a lot of it.
Taken to the ground here, Nathan Watts. No, hasn't. He had type of impact Ben Wolfe could only dream about in his short stint on. Kurt Bernard out to the left through Swift, who's recovered from that elbow injury. That looked certain to cut short his afternoon earlier. Back to the halfback. Pumps it downfield, but well out. Mark that moment down. 55 minutes, 50 seconds, because that could be crucial.
And he had time too. He summed up the kick and just put too much on it there. He was going to try and bend it back. He just didn't get the strike on the football that he would have liked.
One thing every coach is insistent on, regardless of the grade, is kick pressure. And that is exactly what we saw placed on Josh Ralph there. And that's the result the coaches are looking for. Rush the kicker, get a bad kick.
And some more bad news for the Titans. Kurt Bernard, who's had some super carries, has left the field. He looks like he's holding his rib or his sternum. So Ethan Roberts back into the action again.
You can see what the Titans are trying to do here, replacing a big body with a smaller body. They're looking to manipulate through and around the Tigers' big men. Run from Ray Stone. The right-hand side, and an intercept away. Carwin is in chase. Bartley is off. No one is going to catch Ralph. And that's his third. The Titans lead again.
Well, just as they were building to that right-hand side, the Tigers looked like they were setting up for another one of their big shift plays. And Josh Ralph, he just gets his hands on the football. It was really well read. They had numbers to the outside, the Tigers, but great speed, and he races away there. Obed Carwin chasing through.
Yeah, Bartley and Carwin didn't make a metre on him.
Yeah, it just shows the speed that he has. He was trying to play short into the line to Isan Masters. Josh Ralph just gets in between it, and you can see the determination on the face, how much it meant to him as he races away to get back under the post there. But all of a sudden, that kick out on the full, you were thinking the Tigers are going to make the most of that little area in the Titans' play. And Josh Ralph steps up, try number 3 for today.
More points than minutes at the moment. Well, as soon as we kick this goal, there will be. Josh Rogers, 60% for the day, and the 2 he's missed have banged off the uprights, back into the field of play. From right in front. The Titans in control again, 32 points to 28. 21 minutes remaining.
And we've spoken about the Titans run home. If we have a look at the West Tigers,
Yep.
It's a tough one as well. They've got Penrith away next week, followed by a trip over the ditch to the Warriors before playing the Raiders at home in round 26 at Leichhardt. So some good challenges still ahead of the Tigers as well.
Semi-final spots in the 20s and also first grade could come down to Canberra and the Tigers at Leichhardt round 26 very easily.
It'll be huge.
Here is Swift. He's caused some problems for this Tigers right-hand side. They continue on this way. Substitute John Olive, the try scorer, a little earlier in the half. Different angles, but numbers around the ball. Body in motion. The Titans are doing it well. Tackle number 4. They go to Roberts. Desperate not to let him get that ball free. Last tackle.
Left side good.
Roberts downfield. Takes it nicely. Good little stab kick there on the left foot of Brimson. I've enjoyed the clash of the 2-1s today. They haven't actually come head-to-head, but both have been instrumental in guiding the fortunes of their side.
And AJ Brimson has played majority of football, almost all of his football career in the half.
Yeah.
So he's naturally a great kicker of the football and distributes the ball fantastic. He's only about a half a dozen games at fullback, so he's making a real fist of that.
Again, the Titans pushing their luck in terms of offside penalties here. Fourth tackle. To the right, Raystone, short ball. It was dropped by Trent Pye. Titans in control and a chance to counter, and counter they do. Still going, the Gold Coast Titans. They already lead by 4. And that is wonderful footy from AJ Brimson. Talk about countering. That was the 0 tackle. Good, strong tackle there. Well done by Pye. He needs to make up for that error. Watts, the 10-metre line. Numbers here to Swift. Backing his way towards points, but denied. Jordan Scott moves into dummy half. They go wide to the halfback, Josh Ralph. Already 3 tries to himself. He's been brilliant today, the number 7. Scott, rubber through, and there's a try for the Titans, who extend their lead. This is going to be a huge upset. John Olive collecting his second for the afternoon.
And it was AJ Brimson. He jumped up in first receiver. We spoke about his ability to play in the halves and that neat little left foot kicking game that he does possess. He takes the football to the line. He kicks it in behind there. And John Olive, well, he gets the spoils, but put that back to Brimson's effort when they knocked the ball on. He attacked the football. He picked it up. He raced downfield about 30-odd metres and then puts a kick in that leads to a try at the back end. Full marks to Brimson. Great work from John Olive to get his double in his return game from injury as well.
They must win every game and rely on other results going their way to make the finals. So, put simply, it's unlikely for the Gold Coast Titans, but they are giving it a red-hot crack against one of the competition heavyweights. They were down earlier, 22 points to 10. And in all honesty, I thought, here we go. The Tigers are going to run away and this is going to be a smash-up. So, big rap on the young Titans. They have fought hard again. A gap of 8. This young man looking to make it a gap of 10. Starts it right, it stays right, and there's plenty of time left, 16.5 minutes. I'm starting to question whether the Tigers have got 2 tries in them.
Yeah, just how amazingly this game has turned, as you've spoken about there, Andy. And it's a real credit to the Titans, the way that they have hung in, and they've lost a number of close games throughout the season. And I know when you caught up with Ben Wolf early, he spoke about it was nice to win a tight one against the Warriors last week. They just make you work for everything, and defensively they've really improved. It was only really that first 20 minutes that they really struggled against the Tigers. Other than that, they've been in real control.
The Gold Coast have not won back-to-back games since rounds 3 and 4 this year. In round 3, they beat this mob, the Tigers, before going to Canberra and beating the Raiders. So inconsistency, a massive issue. The boys from the coast.
And that inconsistency hasn't been helped by the injuries that they've had to a lot of key players. They've used a huge amount of players in their squad. You don't want to make excuses, but it does make it tough. I will admit one thing, that I think the side looks much better with Jordan Scott around the dummy half position. He's really creative. He's done well. He's had some better go forward than Ethan Roberts did in the opening start of the game, but he's doing some wonderful job in and around the middle and now forcing an error.
Offside within 10.
Oh, penalty Tigers. Inside the 10, and no one is breathing easier at the moment than Daniel Roberts. The heart rate is up after knocking the ball on. And an offside has saved him.
He's had a great game, hasn't he? And then just on this occasion, he dropped it, but we talk about that swirling breeze. causing some havoc, and it did on that occasion. But now a little bit more urgency in the Tigers' step. They raced up to kick that ball to touch quite quickly. Now let's see their attacking ability. But another little injury here to come as well for the Tigers.
When trailing at half-time, the Titans, 1 win, 9 losses. So the stats against them, the momentum is with them. Roberts looking to pop his head through the line, but the defence holds strong. The Giles thrown onto his back. They need Jacob Little to stand up here, the home side. Back to Roberts. Again, he tests the Gold Coast line. Final play. Little try. Oh, he's a smart little footballer. We are set for quite a finish.
You just spoke about him. He needs to stand up, and all of a sudden, when the game's on the line and you need your big players to stand up, he does it. The big show and go, he sold it. There was 3 or 4 Titans players that were all fooled by him, and he just looks like he's got so much time and composure when there's so much going on around him, and scores right beside the posts.
The dummy was that good, our cameraman almost fell for it. Almost.
I'm still looking out to the right-hand side myself.
Good work from Jacob. 9 tries for the season. Scores 1 in 2 on average. Pretty easy kick here for Roman Iulu to get the gap back to 2. Still plenty of time. It is Holden Cup. It is age footy. And we're still in front of the timepiece. Scoreboard winning the race. Yeah, well struck. Easy kick there for Roman. He's kicked well today, 5 from 6. Because they've been outscored in terms of tries, 7-6 by the Titans.
Yeah, he's got a big boot on the hip. Roman does that. Wide there, he's taken the football back on a number of occasions, but that defensive focus that Willie Peters spoke about for the Tigers hasn't been on display as much as they would have liked in this game. And you think about it, must need to improve next week against the competition leaders, the Penrith Panthers. And we'll see tomorrow when Fox Sports up against the Newcastle Knights, an important clash for the Newcastle side.
Big set for the Titans here to be first disciplined and second solid. Awful from the Tigers there, a loose ball onto the ground, and really stops their momentum, their go forward. Daniel Peake was forced to turn around and pick up. Masters. Tackle number 3 already. They're only just over the 30. Playing out to the left-hand side and playing to the goal kicker, Iulu. Should come inside Tony Tarley this time. Raystone on the second last play. Time to kick and as deep as they can.
Chases are good.
Not a bad one, not a great one from the Tigers. And now the emphasis, their emphasis anyway, is on defence and shortening their line and making sure the Titans do not get through it.
He took the ball right to the line, Mapasoni, and kept it down low. He has got that breeze to contend with as well, but important set here for the Titans. They're just getting behind the football. They haven't thrown too much at the Tigers just yet.
Completion rate of the Titans superior to that of the Tigers. As we get ready for the final 10 minutes. Taken into the line there, Ethan Roberts, attracting 3 defenders, spitting the ball out the back, but no.
14 for 5.
He was tackled and tackled on the last. Good opportunity for the Tigers to reset here.
Chases are good.
Downfield, Brimson goes, taken very comfortably by Roberts on the bounce, and Roberts almost gets through. He's lost the ball.
Lost ball. Leave it.
And he can argue all he wants. the referee's not going to change a thing.
Jacob, we can talk.
He charged at the football, Daniel Roberts. He picked it up, some good footwork too to get his head through the line here, but just as he goes down, as he loses his football, there's a hand coming across, but it's in the tackling motion, so that's okay. It's not a strip. And come up with a huge error.
You could hear protests there from the West Tigers saying, "Sir," in reference to the referee, was there a trip there?
Seconds, locks, heads in. Hold the ball 2 hands. Ball in, out.
Oh, big moment. Now the pressure's on the Tigers. Grimson taken to the ground.
Here we are. Hold.
Good ball area here for the visitors who lead by 2. 36-34. Try here, converted, makes it very difficult for the Tigers, the favourites. Oh, tough to his feet, Jordan Scott. They look for the grubber through early in the count, and it was well taken by Daniel Peck, who's on the field and added some real enthusiasm and leg speed to this Tigers outfit.
Yeah, it was a big play, wasn't it? Kicking early in the count there. He needed it to come off, but great positional play by young Daniel Peck, as you spoke about, to get in front of that football. And if they've drawn a penalty here, they have.
Gee, it's a fine line. They were playing for the penalty there, no doubt. The West Tigers, if it works, you look brilliant.
Stay behind it.
If it doesn't, and you get pinged for a bad play the ball, well, you look very silly.
Yeah, I think they could have been lucky on that occasion too.
2-point difference. The Titans have lost the close ones. That has been, sadly, for Ben Wolfe and his very young football side, a trend over the last 2 or 3 footy seasons. Inside the final 8 minutes, taking it forward. Soccer Balava. Now inside the 20. Little. Over 1. Around 1, and I think he was playing for the penalty there. Soccer Balava used as the decoy. Mapasoni forward to within a couple of metres. Roberts. Roberts not played up. There's a try to
First
Stone.
knock on 13 in the in goal from West Tigers. Not a quick one. Not a quick one.
No try.
Yeah, Stone got his hands
close
to the football. I just think it was in the desperation of the defence by the Tigers that has just forced the error. We've got a Titans player down in the back play too, that they might stop it. Gets out of dummy half, Roberts. The ball ricochets off the Titans player. He gets a clean grab at it, and as he spins around, John Olive comes in there. We'll just see if he who actually dislodges the football here, but desperation from both sides. He just can't hold the football on the way down. He's been strong, Stone. 25 tackles, 13 hit-ups. He plays with a huge amount of energy in everything that he does.
Stone on. Righto.
Fortunately, just can't hold the football at the dying moments there.
Coming to 0.
I don't know if that was the play the Tigers were looking for on the line. Trailing by 2. They're trying to force the pressure, force a mistake here from the Titans, but the Titans have been good in that respect today. Thrown onto his back, Christian Mika. Big winger coming in to assist his forwards, who must be feeling the pinch. It's been a very quick game. Nicely taken was Jordan Scott there. Strong defence from the home side. 17 is Toraro. Named on the interchange, in fact, started in the lock forward position. Final tackle now for the Titans. They go to Rogers. He goes to the air. Comfortably taken, but then jumped upon was Roman Iulu. Here is Roberts. Beats a couple up over the 20-metre line. Short side. One-on-one strip. The Titans are into touch. The Tigers survive.
Well, all of a sudden the Titans, they race away. It looked like he was going to score Rogers down that side. It was a one-on-one strip there. Great work. Little and Rogers, they combined, and it was Soccer Balava. I think the big man.
It was.
Great effort to come across and push Rogers just in the touch. It's just enough. He tries to keep the football in the field of play.
Let's go, guys. Wait for me, sorry, just take a step back for me. Thank you. Heads in.
Time off here with 5:05 now remaining on the clock. The Tigers 85 metres away from where they need to be. And time is very quickly running out. At times they have looked pedestrian, almost playing a style of football midfield that you would expect from a team leading by 14 or 16. Not testing the fringes. Winding him up here, looking for a bit of midfield authority. Soccer Balava. Little hands, back to Giles. Last tackle already. Do you attack? Or do you put the pressure on? Up we go. This is awkward for the Titans. Takes it nicely, Christian Nicker. That was far side of the field.
That was a great take. He had a couple troubles under the high ball there last week against the Warriors, but this time with the sun in his eyes, he held his feet, never took his eyes off the football and gets straight to the ground straight away. That was a great take under plenty of pressure.
Nicker, then Keel. Influential in this set of six as big shot comes in from Paseka. It rocked Ethan Roberts. Oh, a little knock on there. Perhaps. From the Titans, last tackle. Was it played at? It was. And so the Gold Coast will keep the football here with just under 3.5 minutes to go, and they are leading by 2.
Well, the Tigers, they're going to get one more set at them. If the Titans, if they can hold them out on this set of 6 here. So, played at the football here. It's a Titans feed, although Daniel Peck's raced across to get the football. Casey Badger, she's not going to fall for that one.
Good try.
Yeah, I am. Heads in.
A win for the Tigers up to 3rd. A loss, they could drop back to 7th. A win for the Titans. They stay in the mathematical race for the finals. A loss, and they're gone.
Come on, take a step back. All right, guys, that ball has to be in before you push. We'll call it in.
Push.
Time on, yours.
Time on, and Mika, hard and straight, bending the line. He's going to get called back here. And a great chance for the Tigers' defence to reset here.
Make sure they're square, use your push.
3 minutes on the clock. The Tigers will get 1 full set only, you would expect. The Titans don't have to score here. They've just got to be smart. Position, where they turn the ball over and how they turn the ball over, more crucial than scoring points. Terraro. Tigers short on the far side of the field if that's where the Titans opt to go. No, they come back underneath the posts. Tackle number 5. Out the back. Grubber through. A dropout with 2 minutes 20 to go.
And AJ Brimson, once again, he steps up, playing in that first receiver role there, and a nice touch on his kick there to get it back in. Rumapasoni, he's there, and he just grounds the football in goal. Here they go. They've got a quick dropout. Will they get another 2 minutes to go here now? Can the Titans hang on? Can the Tigers force an error here?
Little going for a one-on-one strip there. He was aware of that one, Terraro. Safety first football from the Titans. Back to the inside from Josh Ralph to Ethan Roberts. Good quick play, the ball. Sam Swift is over the line, then dragged back into the field of play by the fullback Roberts over the top. That is very strong defence Titans have numbers. Poor service from the inside, and it ends up somehow back with Brimson. Beats the first tackle, can't beat the second. Just over a minute remaining. Last play for the Titans. Possibly their last chance at the footy. No try. But boy, it was close. And a 7-tackle set with 60 seconds just under to go.
Wow, that was close there, Mika. I thought he might have just got to it in. The referee was right on the spot, and as you spoke about, that important 7-tackle set. Have they come up with an error here now?
It is an error from the Tigers.
Titans feed.
And a Titans scrum feed, that should be enough. How close was this?
Oh, he's got it.
Keep your heads in, guys.
Oh, big Christian. He's just seen it on the big screen.
Keep yourselves there. Come on.
They've
Titans.
got 20-odd seconds here to hold on.
You can stand, but if you keep
The
position,
Titans.
Tigers, they're
This
here
is
now.
a big
Wait
win
minute
for the Gold
27.
Coast
Get your head in.
Titans and a brutal loss for the West Tigers,
Time on. Against the
who
feet.
have got the ball against the head. Now!
Picked up, wasn't the lock.
Stop.
Come
That
back.
rowers picked up the ball, which they're not
Second row,
allowed to. We're back here. Be very careful. what you say.
Rewind, it's a do-over. Obed's not happy, the Tigers aren't happy. I'm scratching my head, I'm trying to figure out what's gone wrong.
Clock's off, guys.
It
Clock's
was the
off.
second rower they've said has picked the football up, and you can't do that. It can be the lock
Stay back.
forward, but it's actually the second rower that
Come on,
has picked.
Titans. Put your heads in.
The centre playing its second row, and that should just be straight up a penalty to the Titans. Oh, an amazing last couple of minutes. Congratulations to Ben Wolf and his Titans. They've beaten one of the big guns of the Holden Cup for the second time in 2016. The Titans too good for the Tigers. Gold Coast 36-34 winners.